I am not just going to give you my power rankings. I'm going to give you my MVP rankings. And I'm really excited about this, right? Because this league has been really good about creating stars, right? And we learned this in the inaugural season of the USFL when it surprised me, shocked me to find out that the coaches in the USFL had voted Kevontae Turpin to be the MVP of the league, a wide receiver, a gadget player, a kick returner. And what does that dude do? He makes training camp for the Dallas Cowboys and is voted an all-pro by his peers and a Pro Bowler in his first year with the Dallas Cowboys, right? You come back the next year. Alex Magoo is having a season of seasons, right? Not only does that guy win your MVP, but he makes the Green Bay Packers, and he's still there, right? Reaping the reward of having an outstanding season, a couple of years, honestly, in the USFL, where he gets to play in the National Football League, which is the ultimate goal for most of these guys, if not all of these guys in the UFL right now. So let's take a look at my MVP rankings as we stand week 1. Don't spend a whole lot of time here, but it is important to point out that it's week 1. So if you see a bunch of guys here that perhaps you got questions about, know it's going to be moving and shaking. All right. So we're going to go from 5 to 1 in my MVP power rankings. And to start with, I think we got to go. Yeah, I think we got to start with the St. Louis Battlehawks quarterback, A.J. McCarron, because I think that guy showed me he is the straw that stirs the drink for the Battlehawks. 200 plus yards receiving, passing in that game, had them in a position to win it late, if not for Legatron with the Michigan Panthers. They're going to open up they're going to get their season opener in St. Louis at a place that usually packs in around 30,000 people. If he shows the kind of progression that he did in the second half against the Panthers, it's not hard for me to see him moving up the list here. Number 4 on the list for me, Jordan TAMU with the DC Defenders, defending XFL Offensive Player of the Year. Reggie Barlow said as much. He's like, look, we didn't expect Jordan to be available to us in the spring. We thought he would be on an NFL roster because that's the kind of talent that he is. An Ole Miss quarterback that has been playing his behind off in spring football league since he first got the opportunity. 25 of 45 for 235. A lot of fives in there. No TDs, though. No picks. That needs to change going into week 2. Number 3 on the list, I got Case Cookus out of Memphis. I think he is going to open up a lot of eyes for folks that are new to the USFL conference and hadn't been following what Cookus' journey has been like since he was a Philadelphia Star the first couple of years in the USFL. I think he's a guy that can shock folks with his ability, with his talent. He's going to try to make a 53-man roster, if not a training camp this year. But you can see he's got the gamesmanship and the ability to go make a play. I think the way that he wants it and the way that he lays out for his team is going to speak volumes about his play, but also that's how you go get that extra play made by those Memphis Showboats. And he's got guys, right? I think he's got the best receiving core in the UFL. We're talking about Jay Adams. We're talking about Vinny Papali Jr., right? I can keep going down the list. Lee Morris coming out of Oklahoma, tight end. I think Sage Surratt, Wake Forest. He's got dudes. I think between that receiving core and the play caller he has, 3 is a good spot for Case Cookus on this MVP list. Let's go to number 2 on the list. I really like what I saw from San Antonio quarterback Chase Garbers coming out of Cal. Now, I understand that his numbers were not the same as some of these other guys, but taking care of the football is a big deal to me. It's a big deal to football coaches. But his ability to get them in and out of great plays, to understand and be in sync with his offensive coordinator, A.J. Smith, and to not try to overwhelm the defense. Just take what they give you. Know that you got Jontre Kirkland out there, and also know that you can make things happen with your legs, and running some QB draw stuff with him from empty. I think he's got an opportunity, especially getting off with a really great win against a team that was 9-1 last year, to be an MVP in this league. And then number 1 on the list, I have the best player on the best team in the UFL after week 1 for me. It's Matt Corral, right? What I saw from him was progression. He starts 3 of 10. He finishes 9 of 11. You could see him figuring it out on the fly. You could see how with each throw that he was asked to make, he got a little bit sharper and he began to trust himself more. And there was one play that was greatly indicative of that. It's 39 yards, just dropping the bucket to Deion Kane in the corner of the end zone to give them an outstanding TD going into halftime and really swing the momentum of a game that seemed like it was in the balance because Corral had thrown a pick. He didn't seem like he understood what he was looking at. Looked like Jay Hayes, the defense coordinator for the for the Arlington Renegades, had his number. And then he goes out there and he starts making the kind of plays that made him a third-round selection out of Ole Miss in the 2022 NFL draft. His progression is only beginning. If he comes to the understanding I think he will with Skip Holtz's offense, sky's the limit for what he can do. If you like what you've seen, consider subscribing to the #1 college football show on YouTube, the Fox Sports app, or wherever you get your podcast.